Archangel Michael says, I come to you today with a revelation that must not be ignored. For in the unseen places, a plan was drawn against you. Someone, stirred by jealousy and manipulated by shadows, attempted to strike at the very core of your destiny. They did not merely wish to inconvenience you or cause you a momentary setback, they intended to dismantle the divine future written over your life. You may have felt it already, the strange delays, the sudden betrayals, the unexplained resistance pressing against you. These were not coincidences. These were orchestrated moves from one who feared the light within you. You carry a destiny that terrifies the enemy, because once you step fully into it, chains will be broken, doors will open, and others will be liberated by your very presence. The one who tried to strike at you saw only a glimpse of your power, yet that glimpse was enough to provoke envy. They whispered against you. They worked in hidden places, crafting strategies to block your steps. Some of their moves may have even appeared successful for a moment. But hear me clearly, they did not succeed. For before they even began to weave their net of sabotage, heaven had already marked you as untouchable. I, Michael, have stood guard over your destiny long before this attempted destruction began. The attack was real, yes, but it was also allowed to reveal to you just how valuable you are in the kingdom's plan. The enemy always reveals value by what he attacks. He does not waste energy on those who pose no threat. And so, I ask you to consider this carefully. If your destiny was insignificant, why would they go to such lengths to destroy it? Why would unseen forces gather so much energy just to silence your voice, dim your light, and weaken your resolve? The truth is this: your life carries weight in heaven. Your destiny is a key that unlocks blessings not just for you, but for many. The enemy saw the ripple effect of your calling and grew desperate. That desperation became action. That action became the hidden strike against your future. But what they did not know was this: every move they made was already under surveillance. Their whispers were heard. Their plots were seen. Their attempts were recorded before the throne of God. You are not walking through this battle alone, you are surrounded, shielded, and defended by the armies of light. Type Amen 7899 to get the blessings. I urge you now, do not fear the attack. Do not mistake resistance for defeat. You stand in the middle of a story that has already been written in your favor. And though they try to destroy your destiny, what happens next will leave even you in awe. For the story is about to shift. And when it does, you will see why heaven allowed me to come to you with this message today. Archangel Michael says, you must understand this: no attack rises without motive. Every dagger thrown in the spirit has a reason behind it, and the one who tried to destroy your destiny was moved not by accident, but by deep-seated envy, fear, and desperation. The truth is, they saw something in you that they could not bear. They saw your favor. They saw the divine doors about to open before you. They saw the authority written in your spirit, and instead of celebrating it, they resented it. This resentment began as a quiet seed, but seeds of darkness, when left unchecked, grow quickly into destructive trees. This person, influenced by shadows, became an instrument, whether knowingly or unknowingly, for forces that have opposed you since your birth. Hear me clearly: destiny is not attacked at the finish line, it is attacked at the moment it begins to accelerate. And that is exactly where you are. They tried to paint you as less than you are. They whispered against you to others, hoping to poison perception. They stirred confusion around your name, attempting to dim the light of your character so that your opportunities might slip away. Why? Because they knew something you may not have fully recognized yet, that when your voice rises, mountains move. Greed was also in their heart. Your destiny holds provision, not just for you, but for others, and they feared that your rising would expose their lack. They longed for what you carried but were unwilling to pay the spiritual price to receive it themselves. Instead of seeking God's blessing in their own right, they tried to rob yours. Some of their plotting may have come in the form of manipulation. They attempted to twist narratives, to control outcomes, to interfere with relationships or partnerships that were designed to propel you forward. But what they failed to realize is that destiny crafted by heaven cannot be dismantled by human hands. Type Amen 679 to get the blessings. Even their timing reveals their motives. Notice how the resistance grew stronger just as you prepared for something greater. Notice how obstacles appeared right as you gained clarity on your next step. That was not coincidence, it was targeted opposition. But here is the hidden truth I need you to hear: the more they resisted you, the more evidence you had that breakthrough was near. Resistance is proof of power. If there were nothing to fight against, it would mean you were walking in circles. But because you are moving in the right direction, forces rose up to stop you. Yet even their motives will be turned to your good. For the jealousy that drove them will serve to highlight your uniqueness. The lies they spread will become platforms for truth to shine brighter. The control they attempted will expose their own lack of freedom. And in the end, their very actions will push you further into alignment with your purpose. Do not let bitterness touch you, beloved. For though their motives were poisoned, yours must remain pure. Destiny is not destroyed by attack, it is refined by it. What they meant to hinder will become the very thing that accelerates you. And soon, the shocking reversal will be revealed before your eyes. Beloved, what you must see with clarity is that just as the enemy's hand moved against you, heaven's hand moved faster. The attempt to destroy your destiny reached its peak, and in that very moment, heaven intervened. I, Michael, tell you truthfully, there was a moment when it seemed as though you might lose it all. The pressure was heavy. The betrayal cut deeply. The obstacles were stacked in ways that felt impossible to overcome. Even your own heart began to whisper, perhaps this is the end. But it was in that exact moment, when darkness thought it had claimed victory, that the armies of heaven stepped forward. There are things you did not see with your natural eyes. In the unseen realm, swords of light were drawn. Strategies of angels were released. The very net that was laid to trap you was torn apart before it could close. This is why, though you felt resistance, it never fully crushed you. This is why, though lies were spoken, they never had the final word. Heaven stepped in. Do you remember the strange turn of events that made no sense to you at the time? That sudden delay that seemed frustrating? That unexpected cancellation, rejection, or redirection? Those moments were not accidents, they were divine interventions. For if things had gone the way your enemy wanted, you would have walked into disaster. But heaven rerouted you, even when you did not recognize it. Type Amen 509 to get the blessings. Archangel Michael says, at the critical hour, when darkness had almost convinced itself that it had destroyed you, heaven broke through with power. The whispered plots were exposed in ways they did not expect. Their plans unraveled before their eyes. And while they sat in confusion, you were being shielded and preserved for the very future they sought to cancel. There are times you felt alone, but you were never unguarded. In the unseen, warriors stood around you. Shields of fire covered you. Words of intercession rose on your behalf, for heaven remembered your name. You may not have heard those prayers, but the throne of God did, and he dispatched his angels to keep you from falling into the snare. Hear this, beloved, heaven always acts at the right time. Never too early, never too late. When the strike against your destiny was launched, heaven allowed it to come just close enough to reveal the truth of the enemy's heart, but not close enough to destroy you. At the very edge of collapse, the hand of God lifted you back to your feet. And now, as you look back, you will see patterns you did not understand before. You will realize how heaven's intervention blocked pathways that were meant to harm you, and opened others that aligned you even closer to your purpose. The enemy thought your end had come. But heaven whispered, this story has only begun. And now, beloved, prepare yourself, because the shocking reversal that follows divine intervention is about to unfold before your very eyes. Beloved soul, listen carefully, what was meant to destroy you is about to become the very thing that elevates you. This is the nature of divine justice. It does not merely cancel the schemes of the enemy, it turns them upside down. What they set in motion to break you will instead become the stage upon which your destiny shines brighter than ever. The enemy dug a pit for you, believing you would fall into it without escape. They imagined you stumbling, trapped, mocked, and forgotten. But what they did not realize is that heaven has a law written into creation itself. The trap of the wicked often becomes the snare for their own feet. And so, as they worked tirelessly to plot your downfall, they unknowingly prepared the very circumstances that would lead to their exposure. Type Amen 5849 to get the blessings. This reversal is not small, it is shocking. The lies spoken against you will not only collapse but will serve as proof of your integrity. The betrayals that wounded you will reveal who truly walks in light and who does not. The partnerships they tried to sabotage will be replaced by alliances even more powerful, more genuine, more divinely aligned. Do you see the pattern? Every attempt they made to dismantle your destiny will be reversed into a testimony of your resilience and heaven's protection. What looked like delay will suddenly become acceleration. What felt like loss will be replaced by unexpected gain. I must tell you this plainly, some of the very people who doubted you will soon stand in awe as they watch the tables turn. They will not understand how, after everything said against you, you are still standing, stronger, more radiant, more favored than before. That will be your testimony, not that the attack never happened, but that it could not succeed. Consider Joseph, thrown into a pit by his own brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, and imprisoned. Every moment seemed like the end of his destiny. And yet, every twist only positioned him closer to the palace. In the same way, beloved, what looked like destruction in your life was simply divine redirection. What they meant for evil, God is weaving for your good. Even now, the reversal has begun. Opportunities once blocked are being reopened. Relationships once strained are being healed or replaced with something far better. Resources once stolen are circling back to your hands with increase. And the shocking part? Some of the very people who set themselves against you will have no choice but to watch as you rise. The enemy believed their plans were final. But they forgot something essential: your destiny is authored by the one who cannot fail. And no matter how many schemes rise against it, his word always stands. Beloved, brace yourself. For the reversal will not come gradually, it will come suddenly, leaving you in awe. That which looked like your darkest hour will soon be remembered as the moment heaven turned everything around. And when it happens, you will understand this truth: your destiny was never at risk. It was always protected, always preserved, always prepared for this very hour. Type Amen 4578 to get the blessings. Archangel Michael says, "Let this be etched into your spirit forever: your destiny cannot be stolen. It cannot be erased. It cannot be dismantled by human schemes, jealous whispers, or demonic interference. Why? Because it was written by the hand of God Himself, and what He writes, no one can unwrite. Yes, the attack against you was real. Yes, the pain was sharp. Yes, the betrayal was bitter. But even so, your destiny remained untouched. Imagine a diamond buried in the earth. The storms may rage, the soil may shift, the stones may press in, yet the diamond itself remains unbroken, untouchable, unchangeable. That is you. That is your calling. That is your destiny. Understand this: the enemy did not target you because you are weak. He targeted you because you are powerful. He knew that if you stepped fully into your calling, chains would break, blessings would flow, and light would pierce through the darkest places. His attempt to destroy you was proof that you are carrying something far greater than you realized. Every setback you've faced, every strange delay, every heavy weight you've carried, none of it was wasted. Each moment became a refining fire, purifying you, strengthening you, preparing you. And though you may have questioned, "Why me? Why this battle? Why now?" the answer is this: you were chosen. Chosen ones cannot walk an easy path. Their footsteps shake nations, and so their battles often come fierce. But hear me clearly: though the battle is fierce, the outcome is secure. The one who called you is faithful to complete what He began. You must stop seeing yourself as fragile, beloved. For you are far stronger than you've been led to believe. Heaven sees you as a warrior clothed in light, carrying an authority that the enemy fears. The very fact that you survived what was designed to crush you proves that you are unshakable. Destiny does not bend under pressure. It rises. It expands. It multiplies. And so, what looked like a season of destruction has only revealed the unshakable truth: you cannot be undone. Your life is hidden with Christ in God, beyond the reach of those who tried to sabotage you. Take courage in this: what God ordains, He sustains. He is not just the author of your story, He is also its finisher. And though others may try to scribble their lies across your pages, His ink is permanent. His word is final. I urge you now, do not shrink back. Do not let fear convince you that your destiny hangs by a thread. It is not fragile. It is fortified. It is as unshakable as the throne of God. Type Amen 8495 to get the blessings. So stand tall. Speak boldly. Move forward with confidence. For the truth is this: your destiny has already survived the storm. And now, it is ready to shine with greater glory than ever before. And soon, beloved, you will see what comes next, the greater reward that always follows the fiercest battles. Beloved, now that you know your destiny cannot be destroyed, I must draw your attention to the next step: awareness. For though heaven has preserved you, the enemy does not stop trying. His tactics shift, his disguises change, and his methods grow more subtle. This is why you must live with spiritual eyes open, ears attuned, and heart anchored in divine truth. Awareness is your shield. To be unaware is to walk blindly into snares. To be aware is to discern before danger fully manifests. And I tell you this, beloved, the Spirit of God within you has already been whispering warnings, stirring your heart with unease in certain moments, pointing you away from certain people, nudging you toward a safer path. Did you feel it? That was not random, it was divine guidance. The enemy often works through familiarity. He hides not only in strangers but sometimes in those who appear close, trusted, even loyal. Awareness does not mean paranoia, but it does mean discernment. Look deeper than words, observe patterns. Test intentions. Pay attention to the fruit of a person's actions rather than the sweetness of their speech. Heaven is teaching you how to recognize wolves dressed as lambs. You must also stay aware of the enemy's timing. Have you noticed how resistance always seems to increase right before your breakthroughs? This is no coincidence. The greater the blessing on the horizon, the louder the distractions become. That is why you must not mistake turbulence for failure. Instead, let turbulence be your confirmation that the plane of your destiny is about to ascend. Spiritual awareness also requires guarding your atmosphere. Pay attention to what you consume, words, media, conversations. The enemy seeks open doors, and the quickest doors are often opened through what you allow into your heart and mind. Guard your peace. Guard your faith. Guard your joy. These are not small things, they are weapons. Archangel Michael says, awareness sharpens through intimacy with God. The more time you spend in prayer, in stillness, in listening for His voice, the quicker you will discern the enemy's schemes. Darkness cannot easily deceive those who walk in light daily. I ask you to reflect on this now. Have you noticed how, before every major shift in your life, opposition grew stronger? That was not coincidence, it was spiritual confirmation. Heaven allowed the battle so you could learn awareness. Resistance is training. Every attempt against you is also a lesson, preparing you for greater authority. Do not despise this process, beloved. For awareness is not meant to make you fearful, it is meant to make you powerful. It equips you to walk with wisdom, to respond with clarity, to choose with discernment. You are no longer walking as a victim of hidden plots, you are walking as a seer, one who perceives beyond the surface. And as you awaken to this level of awareness, you will find yourself steps ahead of the enemy. No longer caught off guard, no longer tricked by false masks. You will move like a warrior who already knows the next move before the battle begins. Stay awake, beloved. For awareness is the key to carrying your unshakable destiny forward. And as you walk in this awakening, prepare, because the greater reward is about to be released into your life. No battle is fought in vain, and no pain you endured will go unrewarded. Heaven does not allow the righteous to be attacked without also preparing a greater blessing to follow. The very weight of the battle you carried is now the measure of the reward that is coming your way. Type Amen 8950 to get the blessings. Think of it this way, when the enemy tried to destroy your destiny, it was because he foresaw the blessing approaching you. He panicked. He scrambled. He stirred up resistance to delay you. But his desperation only confirmed what heaven already decreed, that you are stepping into a season of increase, favor, and divine restoration. The greater the battle, the greater the blessing. You endured nights of heaviness, tears of confusion, days of betrayal, and moments of silence where you wondered if heaven heard your cries. But the silence of heaven is never absence, it is preparation. While you wrestled with questions, angels were preparing doors, shifting alignments, and moving resources into place for your reward. This is why the reversal will shock you. Not only will the plans against you collapse, but what rises from the ashes will be more than you ever expected. Relationships that were severed will be replaced with stronger, healthier ones. Opportunities once denied will return, multiplied. Finances once stolen will flow back to you with increase. And peace that was disturbed will return in abundance, wrapping around your soul like armor. Beloved, this reward is not just for your comfort, it is for your purpose. The blessing that is coming is fuel for your calling. It is designed to strengthen your steps, to expand your reach, to amplify your influence. Where the enemy tried to silence your voice, heaven will now give you platforms. Where he tried to limit your provision, heaven will release abundance so you can fulfill your mission. Do not be surprised when sudden doors begin to open. Do not question why people who once ignored you now seek your presence. Do not wonder why what was difficult before now flows with ease. These are signs of the greater reward. And the shock will not just be yours, those who plotted against you will witness your rising, unable to deny that the hand of God is upon you. But I warn you, do not shrink from this blessing out of guilt or false humility. You paid the price. You endured the furnace. You stood through the storm. The reward is yours not because of chance, but because you remained. Receive it boldly, for it was prepared for you long before the battle began. Lift your eyes now, beloved. The reward is closer than you think. You are not stepping into lack, you are stepping into overflow. You are not stepping into loss, you are stepping into restoration. And you are not stepping into isolation, you are stepping into divine alignment with those who will run beside you in truth. The greater reward is coming quickly. And when it arrives, you will remember this message and say, truly, what the enemy meant for evil, heaven turned for my good. Archangel Michael says, I speak this to you with authority and certainty, your destiny is untouchable. Every attack that has risen against you has already been seen, measured, and countered by heaven's hand. Nothing, no person, no spirit, no hidden scheme, can erase what God Himself has written. You have felt the weight of betrayal. You have endured seasons where it seemed the enemy was one step ahead. You have walked through moments of questioning, where fear whispered that maybe you would not make it through. Yet here you stand, breathing, stronger than you realize, carried by the very hand of God. This is your assurance: if the attack could not destroy you then, it cannot destroy you now. Type Amen 8959 to get the blessings. The destiny placed within you is not fragile. It is fortified. It is not temporary, it is eternal. It was established before you were even formed in your mother's womb. The battle you faced was never about whether you would lose your destiny, it was about whether you would recognize its worth. And now, because you have endured, heaven declares, you are ready. I, Michael, have seen the attempts to block you. I have seen the whispers against your name, the manipulations woven in the shadows. But I have also seen how each time, light broke through. You may not have always noticed it, but every time the enemy thought you would fall, unseen hands steadied you. Every time they tried to bury your voice, heaven amplified it. Every time they tried to scatter your blessings, God gathered them and held them for the appointed time. That appointed time is now approaching swiftly. Your destiny is unfolding with new speed, new clarity, and new power. The very battles you survived are proof that you are equipped to handle what is coming. For if you are strong enough to endure the storm, you are strong enough to carry the crown. Archangel Michael says, take this final assurance to heart, you are never alone. You walk surrounded by divine protection. You are guided by wisdom that surpasses human understanding. You are lifted by prayers that have gone forth from generations before you. You are covered by promises that cannot fail. And now, the story is shifting in your favor. The enemy's chapter is closing, and heaven's chapter is opening wide. What comes next will not merely be survival, it will be fulfillment. You will step into rooms you once thought were closed. You will carry influence that once felt out of reach. You will speak words that carry authority, and they will not fall to the ground. You will see evidence that your destiny is not delayed, it is right on time. Do not be afraid of the days ahead. Expect the unexpected. Anticipate sudden breakthroughs. Watch for signs of divine reversal. For heaven is not just restoring you, it is establishing you in a place where no enemy can touch you again. This is your final assurance, you are unstoppable because you are unshakably chosen. Walk boldly, beloved, for your destiny is not just intact, it is about to astonish even you. Type Amen 5950 to get the blessings.